Hi, Harold St. John, Toledo Ohio Ghost Hunter Society. Welcome to this week's Ghost Hunting 101 Tip of the Week. This week's topic is experiments. I've been doing a lot of research lately on controlled experiments that are being done now during paranormal investigations. I've also been running a lot of experience myself lately with some measure of success. One thing I've learned when conducting an experiment, we need to be in it for the long haul. This is about having a process, an intent, the critiquing of the controls just a little bit. Your data should be collected. Everything should be documented so the results can be reviewed later. It's something that should be ran the same way multiple times over and over again so that the results can be compared. Once your experiment is finished, you have collected the data and documented everything that you need, then perhaps we can work out the percentage of success or failure that we're having. But this is when the work really begins. This is where we can start addressing all of our questions. We can learn from the results. We can change the things that need to be changed. We can tweak things a little bit for maybe a little bit less error, maybe a little less interference. We can log all the false and positive readings that we get. Again, it's something that it cannot be completed in just one session. With experiments, you need to have patience. You have to go through the process. We need to go out there and start doing our own experiments in the way that we think they should be done. We need to log our results and see what we get. Paranormal research is not going to advance any further in the current state that we're in. We need more people like us out there doing paranormal research through experiments. Just this past week, we were down in Granville, Ohio, staying at the haunted Buxton Inn. I had seen this, I believe, it was on Kindred Spirits one time. I took the SB7 spirit box, and I think everybody knows what that is. It's an FM or AM radio that scans stations, I think, from 200 to 450 words per minute. You can do it forward or backwards. Well, with this, usually when you're playing, you hear this sound. Well, through the radio, I had Becky plug in headphones. She was sitting on the bed, which was in one corner of the room, filming and documenting everything. I sat on the other side of the room. Becky could not hear anything I was saying. And I began my line of questioning about the haunted room a little bit. Well, about 5 minutes into it, I thought that I would change my line of questioning and get away from anything that had anything to do with the Buxton Inn, Granville, Ohio. So what I did was, I said I was going to count to 5. Could she tell me the number that comes next? Becky blurted out the number 6. And then she blurted out the number 5, the number I had just read. I turned around to Butch quietly and said, wow, that was perfect. Becky then blurted out the word perfect. The whole thing about this is, she said 3 words repeated right after me that had nothing to do with the haunting. Is that paranormal? I don't know. Is it a coincidence? It would have to be a pretty strange coincidence. There's got to be something to it. I think we need to run more experiments on the SB7 Spirit Box to find out if it's really working for us or not. The other thing I have an interest in is the Ovilus. This is a box that has pre-programmed words, maybe 1,500 to 2,000. I think when using that, we need to make a documentation sheet, and we need to log the words that it says. So, like you say in your next 7 investigations, when you're using the Ovilus, write down all the words that it said in investigation 1 with your line of questioning, investigation 2 with your line of questioning, and let's see if it repeats a handful of words, maybe 20 or 25 words over and over and over. See if it plays favoritism to some words. It's just a thought, but it's an experiment that can be done easily. The other thing, I had a good friend of mine once tell me when it comes to the SLS camera, I like that. It gives a lot of false positive readings on it. He said the secret to that is to keep the camera very still. It's made to be put on a tripod. It's not made to move. That every time you move the camera, it has to recalibrate and try to focus again on the picture. So there's some easy things. I guess what I'm saying is, and the whole point is, we're in control of what we do as investigators. We need to make it count. We need to go out and try to do some more things, run some experiments, take our time. It's not going to be a very short process. You're not going to do it in 1 or 2 investigations. It may take a course of 6 or 7 or 12 investigations, but I think it's worth doing before we start throwing away all these new pieces of equipment that we are starting to believe that maybe they don't work. Well, maybe they do. Anyways, thanks for joining me for this week's Ghost Hunting 101 Tip of the Week experiments. I want to take a second, and I'm going to grab a piece of paper, so I'm going to look away from the camera for a minute. We have a lot of stuff going on in the paranormal community this week. Joe is going to come back out from 222 Paranormal with his sister Jen, They're going to do a show tomorrow on human teleportation. I think that that's really interesting. They're going to record it apparently tomorrow. It's going to be out Sunday at 2:22 p.m. in the afternoon. I saw online today that Jason from Lake Erie Paranormal has said that his show at the Paracon Toledo at the Collingwoods Arts Center, it's sold out. So it's been a while since one of their shows have sold out. But, so they're private investigation. This for tomorrow, I believe Saturday is sold out. I talked to Al Luna briefly from PSEI. He's already set up for the Glass City Paracon. It's going to be October 14th. Looks like everybody's going to be busy. Erie Shores Paranormal has their Midwest Parafest coming up, and I think that's 2 weeks from tomorrow, April 7th. You don't want to miss that. Chad and Heather are going to be at the Yacht Club doing that. Don and Kelly from Fringe Paranormal just had their first investigation of the year at the Haunted Main Street School, so we got a lot of stuff going on. So anybody that's looking to do some paranormal investigating or attending one of the paranormal conventions, there's a lot of things going on. So I want to thank everybody for your support and follows here in the Blue Ohio Ghost Hunter Society. For more of our videos on Ghost Talk or Ghost Hunting 101 or any of the many things that we're doing, you'll be able to catch us on YouTube. So I'm getting ready for an investigation tonight. I'm going to meet my group around 8 o'clock out here in Toledo, Ohio. So I want to stop in. I almost thought to do a Ghost Hunting 101 tip of the week, but I wanted to make sure I did it. So everybody take care. Have a safe weekend and happy hauntings.